Continuing to go into his mask here. When I do this kind of thing, I'm just putting down a single. I'm really going into line art really, but it's line, but it's a little different. It's very sketchy. You're thinking linearly, but you're also thinking a little bit tonally. I don't want to really confuse anybody, but that's the best way I can put it. Down here to the jaw area. Going over striations. Trying to keep his head shape consistent. I don't make it too big. Going back into his eye. Trying to even that out. Going into the back of his neck here. To the trapezius muscle. I know in the movie, Tom Hardy, especially if you ever watch that movie Tom Hardy that he did right before The Dark Knight, called what was that, The Warrior. Tom Hardy's trapezius is gigantic. I don't know what he did to that thing, or if he must have worked only that out or something. But he is really crazy. So Bane had it too. He wasn't as in good shape for Batman, but he was still in pretty alright shape. Pit of the neck. His chest there. A little bit indication of his chest. Going into the latch a little bit. Still going to the side latch here. Was vest. Going in more with line. He's got this kind of like couch cushion thing going on his vest. Going back into his eye because there's too much of a big empty space over here, so I'm going to put a little bit of gradation going on with really thin lines along his head to kind of indicate that skull shape. Putting his shoulder over there, starting that up. Along this bomber's vest thing. I'm gonna go into his right arm over here. Anatomy is a little easier because it doesn't conform to as many things as something that's pretty much not anatomy. That's, you know, very like vests and things like that. You have to really work. I have to work. At least I do. I have to work a lot harder on that for myself. Draw him a little cartoonier. Gotta draw him with a little more muscle mass going on. Deltoid. Triceps behind the arm. There, this is made up of 3 muscles, so I call the tricep. 3, tri. Maybe a little bit of the pec sticking out the side. I'm gonna make his hand a little bigger. I just feel like it's kind of small. I'm gonna make him kind of buffer. I'm gonna make his forearm bigger. I'm gonna draw actually more of his hand first because it's in front. A little bit of a tangent right here with his thumb and his shoulder, but I'm gonna have to leave it. Tangent meaning they touch. They're not supposed to touch like that, especially if one's behind the other. I'm gonna try to spread them out a tiny bit. So, as I do this, I'm kind of making that fist in my, looking at my own hand a little bit, trying to figure that out. Get that kind of bondage thing going on, that brace. For how thick to make lines, try to make the complete outer lines a little bit thicker than the lines on the inside. Gives it a kind of a cool look. And everything that goes in the front of something, give that a little more. Head, chin's in front of the chest, so I'm going to draw that. I don't know so much of the vest. Alright, let's see. A little ham-fisted, I think, but that'll work for now. I'll take care of that on the next pass. I'm going to drop this stuff in the shadow. His lower arm. Drop his whole arm. I don't want it to look like hair. Dropping that down the shadow. I'm starting to throw in shadow now, even though it's a little premature. Light's coming from above. You're gonna see where the shadow falls. Not do too big of one here. I don't want it to cover up his deltoid there. I think that deltoid looks pretty cool. So.